Yo, what's on, everybody? Welcome back to another video on Balboa. As you guys can probably read by the title and thumbnail, this video will be going over Update 1, Update 2, and Update 3. I'll be talking about everything that is coming out inside these updates, as it was just confirmed to me. And they said, pretty much if you want to make a video or if you want to date keep, it doesn't matter. And I would rather not leave you guys inside the dark. So, I'm going to make this video so you guys know everything that is coming outside of the game within, relatively like a month or two. Now, some of these will be way more recent than the other things, but just know this is everything that they have almost done or planned. So yeah, if you guys end up enjoying the video, like, subscribe. My current goal is 15,000 subscribers. But yeah, let's get right into it. Alright, so the first thing that I want to talk about is going to be the new magics. This will be inside Update 1. And this is like pretty much the main thing of Update 1. So Update 1 won't really be that bit of a content update. It'll just be, some new features, some other things like that. But the main thing is going to be the new magics and new clans. Now, the clans, I don't know exactly what they are. All I know is new clans will be added inside this update along with the new magics. But I do know all the new magics. So starting off, we have Darkness. The only thing that I know about Darkness is that it has a healing move and it has a really cool scythe as one of the moves. Sand, I have seen some stuff for, but not really anything like too crazy, and it is going to be a rare magic. So there only is going to be one rare magic inside this whole update. Maybe music will be one as well, because I really don't know anything about music. All I'm told is that music will be added. So there could be two, but most of like the really cool ones of this update will be legendaries. The legendaries include Darkness, Times, Spaces, and Partisan. Music, I doubt is one, so more than likely Sand and Music will be the rares, so we'll get 4 legendaries and 2 rares with this update. That is what I imagine. I know for a fact Darkness, Time, Spaces, and Partisan are legendary though. But those are going to be all the magics for this update. We have Darkness, Sand, Times, Spaces, and Partisan, and Music. The ones that I'm most hyped for is going to definitely be Time, Spaces, and Partisan. These just sound the coolest to me, but I'm sure every single magic is going to have its own place in the meta, be pretty good, and definitely add way more build variety to the game when we get these new magics. The new clans, once again, like I said, I really don't know anything. And then other things inside Update 1 are just going to be like pretty much basic fixes. They didn't tell me anything exactly. All I know Update 1 has is going to be those new magics, some new clans, and things like that. Now, what they did tell me is that Update 1, they could just release in segments, like once every few days they release like 2 magics and a new clan. I really don't know how they're going to do that, or they just release it all at once and call it Update 1. So pretty much they either release 2 at a time with like a new clan or something, and then, a few days later they add 2 more magics with, whatever. But more than likely, I would say they would just add it all in one and call it Update 1. And then after that, we have Update 2. Update 2 is when the game is going to take a very sudden twist and become, in my opinion, a lot better. So Tundra will be added inside this update. And Tundra is when the PvE side of the game will actually become apparent, and it won't just be PvE janking over and over and over again. Will there still be a very apparent PvP feel of the game during this update? Yeah, because they're going to add a whole new biome, and all the high levels are going to be there, so they will be linking there. But at least you will have more PvE and actual fun stuff to do. So in the Tundra, what I know for sure, as you guys can see by these screenshots, is they're going to have a whole new quest board and some type of inn. So more than likely, it'll be like, if you guys already know the inn that they have in the game, that is going to be what I call the main town, and that is pretty much where you can buy trainings, where you buy the broom and things like that. So pretty much Tundra will have another one of those where, you spawn, you can buy stuff. They will more than likely have better trainings there as well, where you actually get more investment XP per item. They'll probably cost a bit more, but it will definitely train your stats a lot faster. And then, like I said, they're going to have a whole new quest board as well. And then the Tundra, what I'm told is that it will be a lot for level 60 plus. If you're lower than level 60, you can't get there. So what I highly recommend to do is hit level 60 before Update 2, which should be pretty easy because I don't know how long this will take. It could take, a week from now. It could be 3 weeks from now. I really don't know the exact date. But some other things that are interesting for this update is that, first of all, the mobs, there's going to be 4 new different, like, cool mobs. They're going to be way cooler than the Golem, which is currently the hardest mob that we have in the game. The only one that I know for a fact is going to be the Minotaur, because they sneaked it a while ago. So the Tundra will have 4 mobs, and one of them is going to be a Minotaur. Some other things that I've heard is that these new mobs are going to be around 2 to 3 times harder than the Golem, which the Golem is already pretty hard to solo, so you more than likely will want to run these with your guild so you actually, have a chance of beating it. And then the other thing is that you will probably lose more detention whenever you die or do a bad deed, get rid of a quest, anything like that. And that is simply because the rewards will be much greater. This is when they add legendary chests, and you can start getting legendary armor and things like that. which will be way stronger than your current legendary, or way stronger than your current epic armor. And then that is pretty much everything that I know for update 2. Now, obviously, I'm sure they add way more stuff, fix bugs, and other things like that. But that is all that I have confirmed for update 2. And then we move on to update 3, which is going to be my personal favorite update. And that is because this is where the PvP side of the game becomes even more apparent and just becomes way funner. This is when they're going to implement the hub world. You guys might notice whenever you load inside the game right now, there's a thing called hub, but you can't access it. That's because it's not made yet, and that is, it will come, update 3. So, what the hub will include, it will be ranked 1v1s, unranked 1v1s, a free-to-play method. So, every single time you win a duel, more than likely you'll get some type of currency that you can reroll anything that you want just by winning duels. So this will become a major thing in update 3, where people are going to start playing duels, ranked 1v1s, unranked 1v1s. More than likely the ranked leaderboard will also give you some type of reward whenever, like once a month maybe. Whoever the top 3 or 5 people are, they'll probably get some type of special reward. This is also when they add their first new event, which is going to be called Gladiator. If you guys have ever played Type Soul, it'll probably be something similar to that. Where pretty much, it's a bid arena, everyone's watching, you get put in at a random time. More than likely they'll do it, low levels go in first, and then the high levels will come in after, and whoever is the last one standing gets a bunch of XP, money. More than likely they'll give it, make you give a lot of marked XP and other things like that. So I am super hyped for this. And then what I've also heard is that whenever they add the hub world, more than likely we will also get guild wars, which you queue into with your guild, probably like 5 people. And then that is also where you get more rewards, where you can also free-to-play reroll. But yeah, that is pretty much update 3. So if I had to explain the updates in the best way possible, pretty much update 1 will mainly just be, a quality of life change with a bunch of new magics and things like that. Then update 2 will be a PvE change where there's more mobs, better loot to get. There also could be dungeons inside this update, or update 3, I really don't know, but dungeons will be coming out at some point as well. Along with seconds. Seconds will be in one of these updates, more than likely either update 2 or update 3. Pretty much seconds, if you guys didn't watch the anime, it's basically just the ultimate magic attack. So for example, gravity's seconds will summon a giant meteor, and then every other magic will have their own. So yeah, that will more than likely, seconds will either be in update 2 or update 3, along with dungeons and other things like that. Dungeons is where you get artifacts. So that will also be super fun. Some more things for PvP and PvE. And then if you guys notice, whenever you actually tap on here, if you guys actually go to your inventory, you have artifacts and summons. Like I said, dungeons will drop artifacts, but summons is going to be your third. So if you happen to awaken 3 marks, so see how I currently have 2 marks? So 2 marks will automatically give you access to seconds, but if you somehow awaken 3 marks, if you somehow manage to find the requirement for it, then you will unlock a thing called your summon. Now, your summon in the anime, it's actually called thirds. And this is where you pretty much awaken, you are randomly assigned a god. There's going to be different gods. But yeah, you are randomly assigned one. Now, in the anime, they have it based off your magic. But apparently, what I was told is that using your summon, the god will help you in PvE or PvP. Just depends on what scenario you're in. And there will probably be certain gods that are better for your build, that will complement your build better. So for example, if you have water magic like I currently do, one of the gods is called Poseidon, and he will probably be better with water than other magics. Then there's another one called Ares, which will probably be better with Partisan, as Partisan, I believe in the anime, was used by like the god of war or whatever. So yeah, they will all be interesting. They will all work differently with other things, so it just depends on how they actually do it. But that is pretty much the pure endgame. That will not be in update 3. That will more than likely be after update 3. And then once when thirds release, more than likely is when we will actually see the game released to public. More than likely it will be free. They did say that there's a very high chance that it will be free, but if not, it could cost 200 to 400 Robux to play. It really just depends. And then whenever they do release it publicly, they plan on having additional content weekly. So that will also be very good. But yeah, the rest of the video, I'll play the audios for the summons because they did actually send me the ones for Zeus, Poseidon, Hades, and Apollo. And then we'll move on to, pretty much just wrapping up what they're actually adding. But here are the audios now, starting off with Zeus.
Impotent fools, obliterate to the flickers of my thunder.
And then here's the one for Poseidon.
Enough of this. Let my waters drown those who seek war.
And then Hades.
Why aren't any of you dead yet?
Let me steal you from this world and take you to the next.
And then the last one is going to be Apollo.
Interesting. These mortals look like good target practice.
But yeah, as you guys can hear, they already have the audios done for 4 of them. Now, there could be more. More than likely, there will be way more dots, but it will be like an RNG type thing where you get a random dot, and then they will more than likely have it to where you can spin for it. I don't know if it will be free to play or pay to win. It really just depends. But yeah, wrapping it up, pretty much just explaining what will be coming out when. So the first update will be update 1. This is when they plan on adding a lot of new magics and new clans. Then we move on to update 2, which will be a PvE update with the Tundra, which will have a bunch of new stuff, new mobs, better gear, maybe dungeons and other things like seconds. And then we move on to update 3. And this is mainly a PvP update. This is more than likely where we'll see Guild Wars, a new event called Gladiator, the Hub World, which will be a major change because that is where you can get free-to-play rerolls and other things like that. And then after that is more than likely when they will release update 4, which will more than likely have thirds, maybe seconds as well. It just depends when they decide to release seconds. But yeah, thirds will more than likely be update 4. And then after that will more than likely be the free release. Or if not, then it will be 200 to 400 Robux to play. And then they will have additional content weekly after that. But yeah, that is pretty much everything that is coming to the game. When it's coming out, I don't know exactly the dates. But like I said, I would personally recommend buying the game now. Because you do keep your data from this pay to access part. So if you are waiting for free release thinking that they're going to wipe everyone, they're not. So I highly recommend buying the game now, leveling up, getting ready for these updates rather than kind of just waiting. But it's really up to you because also whenever if you wait for free release, all of these features will already be inside the game. You won't have to go through all the bugs, the shutdowns and things like that. But yeah, if you guys ended up enjoying the video, found this helpful, if you like the updates that they plan on doing, if you have any ideas for the devs as well, let me know down inside the comments down below what you guys would like to see. And one thing that I did forget to mention as well is that the guns weapon will release during this time as well. I don't know which update, but it will release at some point. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, found this helpful, like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.